MTMJ Fit Podcast. I'm your motivator. You have me.
I can't see.
And you have the wife.
You don't have that?
What other thing?
The Google.
No, we don't need no Google Play.
Oh, Lord. I don't know what the hell I look like.
I know what you look like.
Set me up.
Ain't no one set you up. Who you? You ain't got your phone. Huh?
My phone ain't gonna do what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know.
Like the angle.
With the situation. Okay.
I promise you, I'm not setting you up.
Okay.
I promise you I'm not. I sat up here and I spent a long time while I was waiting for you to get ready, making sure I set things up properly. But anyway, welcome to episode 75. We got the wife back.
Hello.
How's your week going, babe?
It's going.
Yeah, she tired, y'all. Yeah, she might be a little high too.
I'm not
She don't
at
want
all. That should have been prepared this morning.
Who you telling?
You was already up and out?
Yeah, I was. So, what do I gotta do with anything? I can't pod under the influence. I can't focus.
You don't focus when you're not under the influence. See, you got a to-do list so you can stay focused.
You weren't supposed to say that on the camera. Welcome to episode 75. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like,
share, comment.
We're gonna have some fun today, y'all, man. Thank y'all for listening to the podcast consistently, and all that good stuff. You was talking about some toxic behavior I displayed yesterday. You said, I can't wait to pod so I could tell everybody. You could just add another narrative. One, I'm a pussy racist. What else now?
Disrespectful as hell. They think you not, but you realize disrespectful as hell to me. Because I used to say, when we was dating, Will won't deal another Will, and he hated it. So we got married. I said it, and he was like, "You can't say that to me now. I'm your husband." So when he has to do something, or I ask him something, need or something, he go, "Here I go." Always jump into it, getting it done. This is Michael. This is Sonia. Basically, when he asks me to do something, then he says, if I need something or want something, or he got to do something for me, like pick me up from work, it's him kissing my ass. No, it's you picking your wife up from work. That's how I take it. But if it's kissing my ass and I said, okay, babe, I got home, he would be like, how did you get home? Don't worry about it. I got home. Then that's going to be a problem. So I don't get it. As the husband, you are protecting your wife, right? To make sure she gets wherever she needs to be safely if you're the one taking her and you have to pick her up. But if that's not the case, cool. You don't have to take and pick me up. Since you kissing my ass.
What in the devil?
That's what you said.
I was laughing when I said.
That's what you said? That was a form of kissing my ass.
Hey.
But that's what you said? That was a form of kissing my ass. Now you laughing again. Okay. And the devilish laugh. You're alright. When these cameras come on, I'm trying to tell y'all. He ain't gonna hit me or nothing like that. No. He gonna talk big shit now.
This about a bitch.
Let's get us here episode back. We in music. Take me to church.
Hey man, you know what's so funny though, right? While she's setting this narrative, right? She already know the vibes. So y'all don't pay that shit no mind.
What you mean?
Exactly what I just said.
The vibe of what?
I'm not when I said kiss my behind yesterday, I mean when I say you had me kissing your behind, it wasn't figuratively. It was literally.
It wasn't figuratively, it was literally. Do you hear what you just said?
Yeah, I heard what I said.
You didn't literally kiss my ass.
That's what I'm talking about. I wasn't talking about, man, you give me your ass to kiss.
But you don't even literally kiss my ass.
You don't know what you don't know what I be doing when you be asleep.
I know that. As much as I say, babe, rub my ass so I can go to sleep, so I said, I won't know.
I rubbed your ass last night.
If you was near my ass.
I rubbed your butt last night.
You rubbed against some. The hell? Not for me to go to sleep.
Yeah. That might be true, but see, this you see how we laughing? While you saw her face, you saw her eyes, right? That was her, I mean, business face. But when I smile, crack the code easily. And plus, I'm cute stage, so she can't talk bad to me.
That's another thing. This spoiled brat got your barber coming here and never up. I always gotta.
So look, we're gonna start talking about that $630 million jackpot.
I always talk about the lottery and don't play that. One number.
I played.
I need to learn how to play. How you play?
I don't know. I took my uncle's advice and bought a ticket at that 7-Eleven we used to go to before we started our route, and found out I bought the wrong ticket still.
You need to be like the movie we was watching.
I know exactly. When they figured out, the number. Because on this ticket right here, this person did a one draw, $3. You feel me? So my thing is.
So is the ticket $3 per ticket for the mega? And like the other ones are like $2 per whatever they are.
Maybe that's just an example. I don't know, because I feel like it's more.
Because if they did 2 draws, would it have been $6?
That's a good question.
Because that's like they let it pick itself.
Yeah. I should probably click on the play though.
Because if you get how many numbers, don't you still get some? If you get like the jackpot number or something? I don't know. I need to know her.
I definitely do. But the problem is though, no one ever wins locally. Ever.
Is an estimated $630 million. In case you want a smaller prize, here are the numbers: 2, 31, 32, 37, 70, and the mega ball.
She's not telling us how to win though.
See, if you get the mega ball number, you should get something if you get the number. But if you get all of them, is when you get the, what the hell? That's
hey look, man, we gonna talk about it though, babe.
Oh man.
Yeah, we gonna talk about it though.
Was that the clothes?
Yeah. That was everything. They tried to revive her though under there.
Oh man.
Alright. So the big story of the last week or two has been Sesame Place.
And we've been 3 times.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Here's the funny part about it, right?
I've seen 3 videos of complete disrespect.
Here's two of them right here. Basically, that same character walks past these kids or gives them the no. But you know what's funny? It didn't dawn on me until I started hearing this. But remember when during this, was it the second year? Didn't we just take them this past October, right?
For Halloween.
And remember they went towards the roller coasters they didn't do the parade, but they had the characters sitting.
Already out there.
I kind of thinking long about it. I kind of feel like we probably ran into some of that, but just didn't pay attention to it.
Could have been, but I wasn't thinking of it like that. Baby, go up there and take your picture. You want to take your picture? It's COVID. I wouldn't expect, of course, not to touch them. Like when we went before, they did the whole hugs, everything. But it's still the simple fact of this child is waving at you, trying to get a high five, and you straight, after you done a high five, the whole daggone Caucasian line.
The white line. I told you, last episode I said I'm going to stop doing that. Because when white people talk about black people, they call us black. So when we're talking about white people, we're going to call them white.
Caucasian outside of
this white person.
You can't call, what they going to call us in there?
Yeah, they do, behind closed doors.
We ain't behind closed doors. Them white people that smell like wet dog when they get wet all got high five. And the colored people, they wasn't all black. You had Latinos, which they consider colored as well. The kids wasn't like pick me up. They got their hand up like they rest of them mofos.
But the actor in this character. The actor in this character that waved off the two black girls, he or she claims that she or he wasn't waving off the two girls, that they were waving off a couple that was trying to get the character to hold their child and take a picture.
So why not, if that's the case, why not do this? Oh no, but still give them that high five. You did not give them a high five. Nobody want to hear that shit because you in a costume.
Yeah.
But then it would have been wrong if somebody would have said something or approached the character at that moment. Then it would have been a problem. They just want the parade back. If you gonna have these disrespectful ass, racist ass people in these costumes portraying the character that these kids sit and watch and love on TV, disrespect them?
Yeah.
Like, come on now, real life. If we would have been there and Alex wanted a high five and you straight curried her, I'd have been like, what?
First of all, I would have been right there near my baby. I'd have probably pushed that character on the ground.
I ain't want to say it, but yeah.
Cause like, you know, listen, quiet as kept, we are in a recession, right? So when you as a family,
I don't care if they got it off of Groupon.
Yeah, even if they got it off of Groupon.
They made a way to get there for their children to have a good time, not to be disrespected.
Yeah, that's a terrible part.
And my whole thing is, it's not that character only.
Yeah.
The little pink joint did it too. Like, come on now.
Yeah. Now the park had an initial apology claiming the performer couldn't see the girls because of the costume and was shaking their head at other attendees who were asking for photos with their kids, which is not allowed. But Lemare said multiple families have since contacted him about their black children also being snubbed by the same character at the park.
You're not going to tell me that you didn't see my child and you stooped down to a child in a stroller and stuff, or a shorter child, and my child hand is up. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So right now we are behind the scenes kind of watching the video because I didn't get an opportunity to see all the extra ones.
Boom. That's a little child, right?
We are currently looking at
bowing
she
down,
bowed and everything. Then the little boy went out.
Didn't even wave.
Didn't even look.
Blatantly ignored.
That little boy should have clipped that damn character up.
Ignored the mother.
I'm be honest with you. I'm not even gonna have to do nothing. You carried my daughter. She gonna make it be known you carried her. You carried her. She gonna clip you up, or she might push you.
If I say ready, she's swinging.
She gonna fight. Yeah. Yeah. So.
It's just crazy. And Sesame Place was made for black people.
Look at Elmo.
You can't tell me
So
that
the
little girl
baby
went for a hug and you carried her, but the little
white girl
joint come up.
Just let her hug.
That's why that damn costume party full of lights and shit. That's disrespectful. Next topic.
You say I'm not saying that
Rosita is racist.
But whoever is under this, those masks sure is curving a bunch of brown kids. Hey man, oh, they got more.
I told you it's multiple. Look, straight boom.
Oh man.
And you saw her coming up.
You had to.
Straight curve.
And even if you didn't see her, you got an attendant behind you and you following you that should have tapped and been like, oh, you forgot this little girl. Like, no.
But Becky ain't do that. She walked right around her ass too.
Walk right along with you.
Cause you see Becky white too. You probably told her, I ain't doing this. Come on now, man.
The parent said she had never stepped foot in the Sesame Place, as she shouldn't.
Again, I wouldn't that either.
They got a bigger issue though. See, so here's their apology. Sesame apologized to the family and said it's committed to making this right. They say they will conduct training for all employees so that they better understand, recognize, and deliver an inclusive, equitable? Yeah, I knew that's what it was. Just couldn't get it out. Equitable and entertaining experience to all their guests. The statement read, it said, for over 40 years, Sesame Place has worked to uphold the values of respect, inclusion, and belonging. We are committed to doing a better job making children and families feel special, seen, and included when they come to our park. But here's the problem. Here's the bigger issue. That first statement they released made it seem like none of this shit happened. But as soon as people start pulling receipts, now you're owning up to it. Because why you really not owning up to it, you're owning up to it with your apology about, man, look.
Whoever that costume need to be fired.
Yeah, because clearly this person has a history of being a jackass. So look,
Needs to be fired.
let me tell you the story I encountered at the Chris Brown and little baby.
I feel some type of way that I ain't know that he was gonna be here.
They just didn't do a good enough job advertising that joint, which is surprising. Even Chris. I don't even think Chris did a good enough job doing it. But anywho, at the end of the night, right, I'm chilling at the whole stand at the front, right? This one guy walks up with a beer and a cigarette in his hand. He's getting ready to walk out front. I'm like, sir, you can't go outside with the beer. He said, well, I paid for it and I want to smoke. I said, sir, we're closed, so you can't go out. If you go out, I can't let you back in. We sat there for a few seconds and just kept talking. I'm like, man, you know what? Sit your beer right here. You go on. He goes and he smokes. He gets back in because someone is coming out. So then he comes up and he wants to get into this like arm wrestling tug of war situation with my hand. And I'm like, bro, it's not that serious, bro. I'm not trying to jock about who's strong. If you want to be strong here, you can have it, right? So at this point, he moves around. So he's like sizing me up, right? It's like, man, you need to come to my gym. I'm like, why I need to come to your gym? It's like, man, I can put you through a workout plan and get you on a smooth. I stopped him. I said, bro, see, that's the problem with some personal trainers and why like the market is so boring. Like everyone's not alike. I stopped him. I said, bro, everyone's not alike. Just because you small doesn't mean everybody else wants to be small. And then I said, secondly, you see what I do. Imagine me being your size. I can't have a conversation with people. They're going to constantly test me. So, secondly, I'm a personal trainer. Mind your business. That's what I said. I said, so look, he said, you deal with weights and stuff. I deal with martial arts. I said, okay.
Oh, he was going cold.
Oh, it gets worse, right? So this time, he gets out the restaurant with his beer. And I watch him. I said, okay, you do martial arts, right? One of the things about martial arts is discipline. Mm-hmm. So clearly, you're not disciplined. And if I wasn't a personal trainer and I was looking to get better, I wouldn't come to you. And then we stepped off. He still tried to like jock and do all this extra stuff. I said, bro, I was like, man, everyone got habits. Clearly your habit is drinking. My habit is just living. So you have a great night. And that was the end of that. So how do you feel about someone? It doesn't even have to necessarily be about your weight. It could be about your hairline, about what you wear.
I'm just so proud of the growth in you.
Oh, I know.
As soon as he would have sized up old school Michael, he did bop this ass. So the growth. Give yourself a round of applause.
Or clipped him up. Or clipped him up because he was drunk.
I mean, people gonna be judgy regardless. That's just what people do. And I mean, they gonna say what they want to say or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's all on how you feel about yourself and how you carry yourself and go about it. That's just like, prime example, yesterday, you was like, I don't understand how dudes just be comfortable looking like anything. But clearly he had a good job, but he was looking like anything.
It looked like he was a manager though.
So it's just, that makes it worse. But at the end of the day, not everybody.
It should be a standard though.
Of course, they always
Especially
have standards, but do they continue the cycle of it? Like he probably was doing a damn thing for the first year, and they was like, oh yeah, he good. Then after that, it was like, ain't nobody observing me. Nobody might do.
Remember, Metro used to be the gig, but you know, you hear people not so happy with the Metro job anymore.
Not happy, but they happy on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody saying nothing every Wednesday.
I remember when I first went to get
I should have did Metro. My dad on road rage though.
Yeah. I remember when, yeah, exactly. I remember when I first got my first job at McDonald's, and one of the requirements was to keep a clean cut. I mean, literally, I can't imagine that they will require you to keep a clean cut at Mickey D's and not keep a clean cut as a Metro station manager, because he had the yellow shirt on, so he's a station manager.
I don't know. Catch my shirt. You know the colors.
Yeah, I do. I know the colors. I know the colors. Yes, I do, babe. Alright, so during pre-production, I sent you a story.
Man.
And you said you wasn't too happy about it. So look, just to give a backstory, man, Miles Bridges was arrested and charged with domestic violence, basically. He pleaded not guilty to 3 felony charges. Endangerment. The endangerment piece came because I believe he was abusing the mother in front of the kids.
Yeah. That's traumatic. At the end of the day, those kids ain't asked to be here. Nobody child asked to be here. So you should always want what's best for them while they're here if you ain't putting them up for adoption. And protect them. And I just feel as though they both failed at protecting them. When it comes to her aspect, she failed at the situation of being there. Knowing that this ain't the first time apparently he done whooped her ass. So that's my standpoint on that of her side of endangering the kids. His side is putting his hands on her, period, but in front of those kids as well. Now, what I'm not going to say is, oh, she deserved to get her ass beat. No, but my biggest thing is she put in there that she finally decided that she wasn't going to be silent, and his family wasn't going to keep her silent. Was like, damn. So how long has he honestly been doing this to you? Because he been in the league for how long?
He's 24. I think he going into his first contract extension, so 4 years. 4 or 5.
So basically, I feel in my head of thoughts, I instantly went to you just now saying something after he done got some guaranteed coin. You get what I'm saying? Type of situation where you like, oh yeah, I'll be good.
No.
But
no. He was due for the contract extension, and then this happened.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to.
The team then rescinded the contract extension.
That's what I'm saying. She probably was like, oh, it's about to be some guaranteed coin coming up. I'ma be good. I done stuck it out all this time.
She been with him for a while though.
Like, I done stuck it out all this time. And it's like, then they hear about it. Like, damn, I ain't about to get my come up that I thought. Nigga, I'm snitching. It is what it is. And whatever come out of it, come out of it. But it's just sad to hear, to read that she's put there that his family can't keep her silent much longer. It's like, damn. How long he been beating on you and nobody came to your aid?
Yeah, it says, according to the DA release, the case includes an alleged say it, boo?
Where we at? Ooh, includes an allegation of causing great bodily harm, injury on the domestic violence victim. The Reeves noted that the children were present for the alleged assault and did not otherwise specify what the child abuse count stemmed from. Bridges was arrested June 29th by Los Angeles police and released on a $130,000 bond. The Hornets and NBA have both said they were aware of the charges, with the league noting it is investigating the allegations.
It ain't just me. Yeah.
The league is also investigating their own side part of the allegations. Bridges, who is 6'7" and 225 pounds, was the Hornets' leading scorer last season. His 4th in the NBA. Before his arrest, the Hornets had extended Bridges a qualifying offer, which allows them a chance to match any offer set sheet he signs with another team. But my biggest thing is still nobody. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, with her saying that she was no longer going to be silenced by his family and stuff, it's messed up because how long has she been a victim to this? And it's people out here, regular people, that's on a day-to-day in situations like that. And it's just like they muster up the courage to leave, and when they go to do it, it's something that gets in the way of them leaving, and they don't have that extra, go ahead, you can do it, start over. You know, go somewhere else, change your number, people think of, I gotta start over, I gotta do this. She probably was thinking about her kids. Like, is her family in her life? Is she isolated from them? Is his family and him all she know? And her thing probably is, what about my kids? I mean, you have kids, you think differently. And it's just messed up for the whole situation in itself. You wouldn't want to think that she did it to herself, because they be having shows and stuff about how dudes may kirk down on you, curse you out, but don't physically hit you, and then they go and do it to themselves to get them in trouble. Man, what you thinking?
I got a response. Just was waiting for you to finish.
You got the flow.
So I was, like, I'm gonna just start with the first excuse, right? And then I have a response to the excuse, and then I want to hear your thoughts, babe. The first excuse is, in Bridges' case, I'm specifically talking about him, is family trauma, right? Did he have to experience his own family members and the abuse within his own household, right? Boom. So then I'm gonna take that excuse away, because I look at it like this, like you went to college, you graduated, so that means you have some sort of intelligence, right? So now, like, we gotta figure out if there is a problem, I need to get that help, so I don't. Man, look, I tell you all the time, right? I'm a little angry about it, but I tell you all the time, like, if we got a disagreement, any problems we have, we ain't doing that in front of the kids. Because in any situation, you can divide your household easily when it comes to the kids. And we saw that. We battled about that before. I also remember early 20s, how you knew what buttons to push, right? But even in that, I would never put my hands on you. I always punched holes in walls, right? That was my way. You know, I don't punch holes in 3-4 walls. I don't punch holes in cabinets. But see, that was something, like, in that moment, it's like, ah! That's what you do, right? But I'm not in that moment, right? Going, like, you pregnated this woman. So that means, like, there's a love there. But when you love somebody and you say you respect that person, you don't harm that person, and then you don't harm that person in front of your children, especially when one of your children could potentially be a girl, right? Because then she goes and she believes that
that's love.
That's what love is, right? That don't make sense to me, right? Then, so what's your response to that one?
No, I get it. You're the children. If that's all they see in the household, then that's like all they know. So they think that that's what you're supposed to do. And then they get out into the world and realize they go start doing that, and that's not what you're supposed to do, because these are the consequences. It's like, when does the cycle break? And if he did have trauma in his life, you know, it's still, like you said, some point that I don't get it with us African Americans, blacks, that feel as though therapy, counseling is a problem. It's not. It's sometimes needed and necessary when people have traumatic issues or problems and they can't talk to their family. They can't talk to their friends, because you need the bias and the unbiased in your life. And you need that balance to hear from somebody you don't know versus somebody you do know that you're wrong. That your standpoint or your insight on something that you thought you was 100% right on is wrong. But when you hear it from, prime example, me and you getting into it, you be like, babe, just take it. You're wrong. No, nigga, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not. In the back of my head, maybe like, yeah, that was wrong.
I used to do that. Now I ignore the shit out of him.
That was fucked up. That was wrong. But I ain't about to tell him that, so he can have a one-up. But that there is a toxic situation. And if you go to a therapist and stuff, they don't think of your toxic situation. They're there to try to help and better. So played out, you're wrong. That was wrong. You shouldn't do that. And you shouldn't, as women, you shouldn't demoralize and belittle men when they put themselves
in vulnerable situations
as a provider, a nurturer, a carer, situations like that. It may come times where you poke the bear, push buttons to let them know certain things because they still think they the shit, but you gotta let them know. But that's a trigger. That is a trigger. And like how I've pushed plenty of buttons and things and you've hit walls and shit, homeboy could have hit a wall or something. Why it had to be her? It's all I'm saying.
Then it's like, okay, my second thing is like, it's about the people you surround yourself around, right? You can't surround yourself around people that don't respect your woman, right? Because then they start putting things in your head that you're already triggered. So now in your mind, they like, man, maybe your girl cheating on you. Or maybe your girl doing this. They ain't got your best interest at heart. They just your yes men, and they also in your pockets too, because you're a millionaire.
But they ain't DMs.
Yeah.
So, but like I've always said, if it ever came to a point where he realized, felt like he gotta get to the urge and put his hands on me, might as well leave. Cause nigga, if I can't beat you while you woke, I'm gonna beat the shit out you with every pot, pan, anything I get my hand on while your ass sleep.
What the hell?
I'm just saying.
I've been with her for almost 2 decades. The fact that she gotta even think like that.
I was just saying. That's what my stand has been. If you ever feel like you realize you need to put your hands on me, yeah. Might as well just go ahead and leave. When you get a walk to leave.
And then you in a league that promotes like mental health and getting that help. I mean, you got one of your superstars, Irvin, that's constantly talking about protecting your peace. And I say it all the time too, like you gotta find ways to protect your peace. And maybe protecting your peace might be you not being with her. But you gotta use common sense and realize if it's not working, you constantly feel like you need to. Cause man, I saw like strangulation and you gave the girl a concussion and
her ribs, she got bruised ribs.
Like, so you gave her a body shot like she was a dude. Yeah. So I'm telling you, when you go to jail, right, they're gonna treat you as such. Right? Because they do not play that in jail, right? So they're gonna treat you like that same chick, right?
Or the kids.
And
your kids was
you are 6'7", 225 pounds. That NBA lifestyle gonna change. So you're gonna be 6'7", 180 pounds in jail, right? You gonna run into a 6'7" dude who weighed 330 pounds of all muscle. And all he do is push-ups and dips. And you gonna be melanin. So, just be thinking about that. Even though you made that $130,000 bond, that bond means you can't be getting caught doing nothing crazy, right? Or they're gonna put you in jail until your court date. So, just don't use common sense now because you should have used it then, man. Men, stop putting your hands on these women, man. Don't let them trigger you to setting yourself up to be a peaches.
I mean, and that's vice versa. Because, women, like, put our hands on a dude because you can't hit me because I'm a girl. And this shit like this happen.
All right. So, next topic. I am my children's keeper. And when I say that, I mean that. Set the scene. Sunday, my wife and my baby went to a baby shower, right? They did their thug dizzle. So when I came out, I noticed Carl was still asleep, woke him up, worked out. We chilled a little bit. I said, man, Carl, I want some ice cream. So let's walk to 7-Eleven. Whole time, Carl is, he laxed. He just vibing, we joking. But I'm telling Carl constantly, I was like, Carl, I would prefer to be on the side where the cars come and you be on my other side. I'd rather I get hit before you get hit. So we go to 7-Eleven, get all our stuff. He want to go to McDonald's. I choose a new route because I say this route is quicker. I'm still telling Carl, I'm like, Carl, you need to be on this inner side and I be on this outside. We go cut down this residential street, right? Me and Carl we literally joking, right? I'm on the phone with my wife. I look back for a split second and there's a Silverado on the sidewalk coming at us at about 40 miles per hour, right? Carl was in that position. I swear to God, I felt like I was a superhero. I picked Carl up and like tossed him out the way. But in the process of tossing him, dude's side mirror still hit his arm. So at this point, Carl's at rage, right? He's crying, bawling in tears. I'm on the phone with Sonya, but I'm like, man, screw this. I got to call you back because I'm about to run and try to like see if I can like, I wasn't even thinking about getting a tag number. I was thinking about beating his ass. So I'm jogging. I look back, I'm making sure Carl was okay. Carl, like, I'm telling you, Carl has that. See, so Carl is we all understand Carl is a sheltered child, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. I can laugh about this while I'm still like it hurt my heart, right? Because I know how close that was. But at the same token, right? I look back at Carl and he is fist balled up ready. Say, yeah, I catch him, I'ma steal his ass, right? We are not gonna miss the fact that he just said, I'm gonna steal him. I'm gonna steal his ass, right? So I'm like, Carl, you gonna do what? Yeah, I'm mad, I'm gonna steal him. So we get up the hill, right? I'm asking people, I'm like, man, did y'all see the truck? Did y'all see a black truck going down the street? He was like, yeah, man, he was balling with his mirror hanged off. I said, yeah, because he just hit my son with his side mirror. Like, man, when I say y'all, I look back and dude, it was clear it wasn't on purpose, but he was distracted, which tells me he was distracted in that cell phone. And right, I'm gonna tell you something, man. And I even had to like I had to internally have a conversation with myself, right? We listen, man. We gotta do a better job, dog, and just put our fucking phones down, because like God knows, man. That could have been so bad. And what make it so bad though, I know he thought he was gonna get his ass whooped, so that's why he didn't stop. But he didn't even bother. He was balling so fast. There was a Metro bus literally 2 doors down from the incident area, and he almost ran into the back of that bus trying to get away, right? But that, man, we gotta put our phones down, man. We gotta really just focus on the road, understand that text message, that social media post, whatever is not important, is not more important than the lives. Because while I am a car owner, every now and then I'm gonna walk, right? And on that street we was in, there are a lot of Latino families with tons of kids that are constantly walking that street to school, that are constantly walking that street going over to the corner store, that are constantly walking that street when they walking their dog.
Or just playing.
Yeah, or just playing. And you don't want to be responsible for taking somebody's child life because you're not focused on the road.
You jumped the goddamn curb.
How the hell, like that? And that's the thing. Like I could see, like if you swerve, nigga, you jumped the curb though. Like, and we were in a section of the sidewalk that was occupied a little bit by weeds and trees and branches and stuff. So the fact that I was able to literally move Carl from the road side of the sidewalk to the house side of the sidewalk was just amazing in itself. But excuse me, it just proves, man, how it's important that we stop being so distracted with our devices behind the wheel, man. And it's just a common sense thing, man. But on top of that, you could be taking somebody's life because you so focused on whatever. Like, it takes so much of your attention from the road to read the text message. And if it's that important, you need to pull over and read that text message and then go about your business. Because you can't be doing 50 going down a residential street with speed bumps. And the curb is one of the speed bumps. But I know how upset that made her because I literally hung up on her.
And I ran lights. I was on out of town road talking to you. And you was like, man, what the fuck? I'm about to call you back. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, hell nah. Hell nah. So if you get a ticket in the mail, yeah.
Shit crazy. But it just readjusted my thinking as it comes from my own personal distraction with the cell phone. And I just think, you know, I know now they make cars where like they won't allow you to do distracting things in your vehicle, but still, it's ways around that.
Yeah, like, you don't connect it to your car.
Yeah, just gotta do a better job. I mean, I gotta do a better job. My wife gotta do a better job. You gotta do a better job, because us doing a better job could potentially save tons of lives, man.
Distracted driving than I am. But okay. We all gonna do a better job. Okay.
I literally
we all
just
gonna
said.
Do a better job.
I literally
you
just
said.
said.
You me in there.
Please. I see you. You be having a whole text message conversation while you drive. All right, you do. I've seen it. I just saw it yesterday. Literally yesterday while you were driving. Whole text.
But you said watch a whole podcast while driving.
I have it in the thingy, not in the
Nah, you got two phones. One be down here, one be.
Literally, I literally said I have to do a better job.
Yeah,
you have to do a better job.
Put me in it. Stop putting me in.
But you do. Oh God! If I had some.
Look, he want to throw something at me. Did you give me some?
Alright, so the last topic on the topic list. Cyclist killed in Northwest DC crash. And I can relate to this because I cycle.
Dang,
right?
Just turned 40.
But I'm going to tell you something. I avoid the roadways. I stick to the trails because, like, they don't respect, man, look. You know they don't respect motorcycles, so why would you think because they created a bike lane on a busy road that they gonna respect the bike lane?
Bikes need to stay on the goddamn sidewalk.
But they say that's against the law. Now, you can't ride your bicycle on the sidewalk. That's why they created the cycle lane. I stay my cycle lanes on the cycle trail.
The cycle lane is dangerous, because that's a lane.
Yeah, man. So the victim identified is 40-year-old Sean O'Donnell of Northwest DC was struck by a construction truck on the 21st. Oh, I've been on that trail. That is not the best. No, that's not. I lost my wallet on that trail.
Oh, she went to Berkeley. My uncle went to Berkeley.
But see, this happened on her way to work, though.
From just after 8 a.m., witness described first responders administered first aid to Adana as she lay beneath the large truck. Damn, he ran her over.
That's a terrible way to go. But the funny thing is, I remember once upon a time I was working at that McDonald's on Georgia Avenue. Somebody was coming down that daggone hill and got hit by the he got hit by a person coming out of the parking lot. Boy, luckily the person coming out of the parking lot wasn't driving fast, so he would have been hurt. He got up and was able to drive away. But sometimes the cyclist can be a little reckless. And I'm not saying that happened in this case. I'm just saying, Listen, you can create all. Bowser can create as many ways to try to protect Cyclist all she want to. Those little boom 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 thingies that she try to put right at the lane, them things go down and come back up. So I stick to my trails. I don't want to become a news story because someone was distracted driving and boom boom me.
That's messed up.
She only 40 though.
She just turned 40. Yeah. They said she just had her birthday on the 7th.
Yep. But see, someone else got killed on Rhode Island Avenue. And he was 65.
Oh, less than a week.
Yeah. Y'all better stick to the trails, man. It's a trail for everything. Because on that trail I was on today, that trail cut off to multiple areas. And what I like about that trail is it literally rides like behind everything. So if you want to get off and do your thing, it's by yourself.
They're saying that since Visions, scroll down there. Right there. It says since Vision Zero actually became stated policy of the DC government, traffic fatalities have only gone up. It's been nerve-wracking for folks who bike in the city and folks who walk in the city that they could be next. At least 20 people have died traffic deaths so far this year in DC alone. Damn. They blame the government for the pace of trying to make it safer conditions. Bowser launched Vision Zero in 2015. But like they were saying, the light patterns wasn't activated.
They were activated. They had just been activated on that spot she was in. But again.
But it wasn't working.
Oh.
That's what it's saying. So basically it wasn't activated. It was activated in the area. But at the time it wasn't working.
So basically they saying, like the trolley, they have a light for cyclists.
And where the bikes can go and but everybody else.